It is always an exciting day when we go to a new country, and today is that day. We're going to Montenegro. Now, you guys probably know we've been to Montenegro before, but it's still kind of new and fresh, and we're not backtracking. We're going through a whole different area. The last time we skirted the coast, we skirted a lot of really cool cities and the Bay of Kotor. This time we're going to the highlands. Well, we don't really know what we're going to see in Montenegro, but we're excited to be starting something new. But first, we got to cross this border.
We pulled up to the Albania checkout border station at 2:50. At 3:03, we are officially checked out of Albania and checked into Montenegro. That included going in and buying the mandatory van insurance for Montenegro. Super fast, super easy border, not crowded, and part of that was probably 5 minutes of waiting because there were 3 cars in line ahead of us. So the borders here, even when you're not in the EU or the Schengen area, are fairly efficient and pretty fast compared to what we're used to from Latin America, right, Kurt?
Yeah, really easy peasy. I think it took longer to get insurance than it did to squirt through the border. But a couple things, guys. The diesel is quite a bit cheaper here, so we are low on fuel. We have got to get some fuel.
Yeah, we purposely did not fill up before we left Albania, knowing that it would be cheaper here in Montenegro. So the first order of business will be filling up with diesel, and then we have a campsite picked out that is about 45 minutes away. But to get there, we drive through the capital city of Montenegro, which we have not seen yet. So we don't know how traffic's going to be, how big it is, or anything. So the adventure starts right now.
All right, we're getting our first fill up here again in Montenegro. And I told you we held off because it's cheaper here. It's $1.49 or €1.49 for fuel here versus almost $1.90 or €1.90 down in Albania. So big difference.
And that is per liter, not per gallon. So
per liter.
Basically almost $2 a gallon difference, right, Kurt?
Yeah.
It's been a long drive day. The kitties are just about done, and they're starting to tell us. Starting to swarm around our feet. G's doing a lot of meowing and yelling at us. We've got 33 more minutes to our camp, guys. Our first camp back in Montenegro, and we picked it out just for you guys. It should be a good place for some kitty walks.
All right, guys, we've been in Montenegro for about 40 minutes total. From the time we crossed the border, we've got a full tank of fuel, and we got SIM cards. Snow got insurance, which was quite expensive. I think it was quite a bit more than even last time. Not sure, we'll have to double check, but how much was it, Snow?
It was just over 100 euros, and to be honest with you guys, I think we kind of got gouged. It's a cash-only business there at the border, and there was really no choice. I questioned him and even showed him where we had bought the insurance before, but that didn't have a price on it. I think we got gouged, but we're going to double-check our records and see.
But the good news is the data for the SIM card was 15 euros for 500 gigs, so we're not going to be here that long, so way more data than we need, $15. So we're good to go.
Yep, we are about 30 minutes from our campsite, and we are about to go. I don't know if we go through the city or if we skirt along the outside, but the capital city of Montenegro is Podgorica, and we are definitely reaching the outskirts of it now. One thing we haven't really mentioned to you guys is that the Schengen visa time is what's dictating us turning around and going back north and being able to go back into the Schengen and all of that. but we could not be timing it any better for a couple of reasons. Season is about to open down there on that Adriatic coast, and it is going to get crowded. And today, the thermostat on our van said 87 degrees Fahrenheit, which means summertime weather down here is almost here. Time to head north to run from the heat. Everything's turning around. Ever since we've been in Europe, we've been running from the cold. But just like that, it's time to go north because it's going to get hot.
So, pretty excited. Spring is sprung. And if you guys notice, a lot of trees are starting to get their leaves, and also the grapevines are starting to turn green and sprout up and get big. So we're really excited about that. We came all the way through Europe and seen all these olive fields and grape vineyards, but the grape vineyards were bare. And so we're going to be excited to see the progression of these vineyards.
And if our campsite works out where we're headed, that's only 29 minutes away now, it's actually on a small little family-owned vineyard, Curt.
Yeah, we're going to be sleeping amongst the grapes.
And from what I understand, we'll get a little welcome glass of vino when we get there.
Little vino would be kino.
Let's hope it's open when we get there, guys. We're ready for a camp. The kiddies are ready for a camp.
G Money wants a glass of wine.
He is a whiner. Actually, he's been a pretty good boy today. Border crossing days are usually a tough day for everybody. So the Google Map lady detected an accident on the main road and detoured us. Now, we missed the first detour because it looked like such a small little road, but we went back and forth. We decided to take the second detour because it was about a 12-minute difference. And it's taken us on a couple of little narrow roads, but so far, she's doing a good job. Now, I don't want to speak too soon. She's still got to get us back to the main road.
Yeah, we'll see.
But maybe it'll be a win for the Google lady because she doesn't always get props.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Slavensky Most E762.
We will know in 1,000 feet whether she gets props or not. Oh, look at all that traffic down there. She did good. We just got to find somebody that'll let us in. Kurt's got to drive like an Albanian.
Drive like an Albanian.
He didn't do it. He missed his window. The Google lady was a win, and Curt, what happened?
Well, I mean, I don't know where I'm going to go, but I think I can go right here, and this guy's going to go. So, this is a little secret trick right here.
Mm-hmm.
So we have made it to our camp spot,
Only my product.
and we...
This is the grape, the Lozova rakia, no, the grappa.
Grappa.
Grappa. But this is the specially grappa because I put on the roots.
Oh,
On the roots. Our mountain, this is the near maybe 20 kilometers.
Uh-huh.
The name of the roots, Heart.
Heart, the roots, heart.
They stay, the roots,
Uh-huh.
2 months.
You put the roots of the grape in there for 2 months.
2 months. After 2 months, the change of the color, the change of the aroma.
The color and the aroma.
But this
This is Raki.
This is rakia, yes. This is no 14.5, 14.2, 14.1 alcohol. Any? No, 15.
You can light it on fire, can't you?
Yeah,
Fuego.
yeah. But this is my product, no commercial.
50% alcohol,
Yeah.
and you make it with the roots of the grappa
Yeah.
and the grappa.
Grappa. Yes.
Grappa and the roots of the grappa for
Yes.
2 months, and that's what gives it its color. Wow,
And
that's
aroma.
super cool. And aroma.
Good.
Wow. So with your grapes, you don't make wine, you make raki. I understand. Thank you so much. Wow.
Just a moment.
We have arrived at our campsite, and guys, I gotta tell you, it is better than we expected. It is beautiful. First of all, the cats got a 1.5 hour walk. I mean, they were just out here enjoying the grass, enjoying the farm, enjoying the nature. And we're parked here amongst the grape trees, and the owner, Dragon, just brought us some raki.
And I think he's going to drink a little with us. He's going to have some with us.
Woo! I understand. I did a lot of work at my home.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Chief.
Cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
Not only a little, not too much.
Live of the Montenegro of America.
Yeah. Ooh,
It's good.
this is the best raki I've had. And I've had raki in Croatia, Albania, Montenegro.
Yes.
It's really, really
This
good.
is really good.
But no same of Rakia, Montenegro and Croatia.
No, it's different.
No same.
Yes.
Because this is the autochtone of the grape.
Ah.
My grandfather, my father, my and Chukung father, the same of the grape. The name of the grape, Vranac.
Branac.
Vranac.
Branac is the name of the grape.
This is the specially grape because our country it's many sun.
A lot of sun.
Yeah, 23% of the sugar in the grape.
Yeah, very sweet.
Right, very sweet.
Yeah.
My son speak the good language.
Yeah, well, you speak good. You speak good
it
language.
really
Oh, you
no.
speak.
Yeah.
Hey, you speak good language and you make good raki. Hey.
I am good winery.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am good farmer.
Yes.
But I speak English.
My English not so good either. Don't worry. Montenegro is what is the language?
It's Montenegro language, the same of the Croatia, the same of the Bosnia, the same of the Serbia.
Okay, it's all the
Serbia.
same.
Yes.
It's all the
But
same.
only Montenegro.
I love Montenegro.
Montenegro.
Hello.
My son.
Hi, how are you doing? It's nice to meet you. I'm Kurt,
What's
and
up,
this is my wife Snow.
Marco?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Marco.
Americans.
You're American, I can see it by the accent.
Yeah. I've been there before.
So the son Marco just came up and came over to introduce himself. These are incredibly friendly people. What do you think about the strength of this raki?
The raki is as strong as any raki I've had, but I do like it with the grape. A lot of it's typically made with plums or apples or pears, and I really like this one. It's tasty.
It definitely has a aroma to it too, which he says comes from using the roots of the vine as well.
Yeah.
What a lovely little campsite we have found, guys. Now to get here, we turned off the main road and probably drove 5 miles down this sort of paved, little curvy road through an old looking little village, a lot of locals, and you kind of dead end right here at the vineyards. And we're sharing this place with a couple other people. There's 2 campers from the Netherlands. A 3rd camper pulled in. I don't know exactly where they're from, but the owner is making his rounds, making sure everybody has a little sunset drink in their hand. What a perfect little place. We will definitely be staying 2 nights here, maybe even 3, who knows. We've got some editing to do. And tomorrow, we'll show you this place in a little bit more detail because I think it's pretty special.
Thank you.
Man, you guys are working hard today, and you're delivering wine. Wow.
Yes, we did.
So, tell us what your name is.
My name is Marko Sekulic, and I come from Bandici, this lovely place near capital of Montenegro, Podgorica.
Ah, and this vineyard here has been in your family for a while, right?
Yes, over 40 years. It's been here. There is an old vineyard there, over 40 years old, and this one is 15 years old. So the wine is also a mix of experience and wisdom.
Experience and wisdom.
Yeah.
And so you guys grew the grapes and made the wine, is that true?
Yes. And the red wine, we make only a red wine here and a grappa out of grapes. And I say it's not wine from the store, it's a wine with a story.
Cheers, guys. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Always.
These are really good cookies, too.
Here's one.
These are my favorite.
There you go. Here's another. Tell me
Here,
if you like it.
here, he's got to try it, too.
Thank
want
you.
one?
Dad's got to try. Yeah, give one to Dad.
You are welcome. Would you like one?
Yeah, you got to try these. These are pretty good. You probably had them before.
Are they good? Good cookie? All right.
So I know these grapevines don't look like they've got many leaves on them, but they have grown a lot in the short time we've been here. And we were talking to the owners, and he told me that in the heat of the summer, sometimes these things will grow like 6 or 7 inches over the course of the night. And so anyway, we've just been parked here amongst the grapevines, and it has been super cool. There's definitely a cool history. We've enjoyed the company. We've enjoyed tasting the fruits of their labor, the wine, the recce, and we've enjoyed watching the family play around here in the sheep next door. And I gotta tell you, the cats have absolutely loved this place, and they don't really do too much exploring. They mostly just plop down because they're like, where do we need to go? We have arrived. But in any event, the sun has just sat over the mountains, and tomorrow we're gonna be heading out of here. So we're gonna say goodnight for tonight, and we'll see you in the morning.
This is my grandfather. My grandfather, the name of the Jokash, he lives in 1907 years. I made the picture before 50 years ago here.
Wow, this is here. 50 or 15?
50. 50. 50.
Wow.
Yeah. Make the graphic.
Oh, you made the graphic right there.
The graphic. The name my grandfather Jokash.
Jokash.
The name of the horses. No horses. Vranac. The name of
Vranac.
Vranac.
Vranac. So it's named after the horse.
Yeah. This is the symbolic. I have 2 medals. Our medals, our country, the bronze, and the silver country, and international. This is the international of Novi Sad.
It is so good.
Yeah. This is the French. This is the French bottle.
It's a French bottle?
Yes, this is the French bottle. And
and there you go, just like that. The cork's in the bottle. Oh, and then you heat it. It's beautiful.
this is the registration.
Oh, the registration of the wine.
To our fellow overlanders, if you're coming through central Montenegro, this is a campsite you should put on your list. Purple Eye Estate. It's a winery 10 minutes north of the capital city of Montenegro, and it is a peaceful place to take a couple of days to recoup from the stuff on the road that can wear you out sometimes. We highly recommend this place.
Such a beautiful story, too, to this place.
Yeah, the history here, the family, watching the grandkids play, hearing about the great-grandpa. really a cool place. But we gotta hit the road. We're northbound. We've been driving north here in Montenegro for maybe 45 minutes. We stopped off at a grocery store and stopped off. Curt had to get a little work done on his cell phone to make his Montenegro SIM card work. Well, we got all that settled. We're stocked up on groceries. And now we're taking a panoramic scenic road up into the mountains. We've been climbing on this little windy road for probably 20 minutes, and we're headed to a pretty cool destination. It is on the cliff sides, up on these tall mountains, and it kind of overlooks this whole valley, and it is a monastery. Now, we think soon we're going to turn off on like a serpentine, snaky type narrow road, but from what we understand, we can get almost all the way up to this monastery in the van, and there should be some parking up there. And then we'll take a short little hike the rest of the way up and show you this thing. But right now, we're getting glimpses of it from the road. We can see it way up there, and it's literally built into the cliffside. And it is going to be pretty cool if we can get you up there and show it to you. Now, down bottom is also a secondary part of the same monastery. I think we're going to pass that, but we won't stop there. Our goal is to get to the one up top. So far, we've already passed 3 cars. We've been pretty lucky that it's been close to stopping points, but it's still tight. You're okay to make this switchback. We've got blind switchbacks, but the switchbacks, they do widen it, so at least we're not having to do any reverse. You okay over there, Curt?
Yeah, it's pretty steep too, but we're making it. This van's made many trips like this before, and look at here, you got some hikers.
Yeah, a lot of people make the walk up. Walk from down bottom where we first pulled onto this road. Curt could have done the walk up for sure, guys, but this is a walk I would not have been able to make. That's why we're trying the drive. But as you see right here, every once in a while they have wide spots built in. When we did our research on Google Maps, I did see pictures of some vans that are our size up top. So it can be done. There's just some narrow, scary spots. You'll keep your fingers crossed that nobody has to back up. It's a pretty road.
My wife has a heart condition. Can we go up or no? So only here? Okay, thank you.
Halfway up, we got stopped by an attendant on the road that said we're too long to go the rest of the way. We even told him about my heart condition, that I couldn't walk up, but there's parking here. He said from here it is a 10-minute walk before we take on that, or before I take on that. I'm going to get Curt to kind of look at the elevation. It's maybe something I skipped, guys. So the plan is I'm going to try to make it, and if I start to get too tired because it's too steep, I'll just come back to the van. We're parking it in a very nice level little place for the kitties in the shade, so maybe I can make it. We'll know in a minute. I'm going to try.
So the parking attendant came up after telling us we couldn't drive up any further because of, well, this is where you park. But I did let him know that Snow had a heart condition. This is a bit more of a walk, guys, especially with the steepness. That makes a big difference for her. Anyway, he came back up while we were parking and said he could give us a ride up if she has a problem walking. So that's exciting because Snow was about to sit the hike out. And so, yeah, now we both get to go up.
All right, guys. Let me tell you a little bit about how we edit and sequence out our videos. Me and Curt both edit videos. I edit one video, he edits the next one. Usually it's one for one. We basically take turns. But when we shoot a video, it is my job to take all of our videos off of our many different cameras. The dash camera, we have 2 of our handhelds. If we use the big Sony and the drone, if we use our magic little 360 camera, I take all of that footage and use a little drive, put it in my computer, take it off of the camera drives, the little bitty chips that go inside the camera, and put it onto my computer and kind of sort it into chapters for that one video. Then we back that up onto an external hard drive. And I do that for every video, so it's almost every other day or so I am going through that process. And I usually do it flawlessly, seamlessly. I'm very proud of how organized I keep our footage. So, and we probably shoot our videos a couple of weeks in advance. So when you're seeing a video, it actually happened 2 to 3 weeks ago. But we keep that video on those backup hard drives until it's time for one of us to edit it. Well, I was just pulling down all the footage for this video. You know, the winery, the crossing the border, the campground, and then where we were supposed to go to next was this amazing monastery in the middle of Montenegro, literally built up at the top of a cool switchback built into the side of a cliff. Somehow, and this has only happened one other time in our 4.5 years of making videos on YouTube, I completely deleted 95% of our footage from that monastery. We have a few clips that were on a different camera that I have, and we have a few pictures that were on our phone. All I can tell you is that it was an amazing couple of hours at that place, and you guys don't get to see it. The process of how I dump things, normally that could never happen, but if I do delete it off of the camera drive and I have not stored it on the hard drive properly, it's gone. There's no going back to retrieve it off my laptop. And that's what happened. We took an incredible tour of an incredible monastery, and all I can tell you guys is I'm sorry. The link to the website will be in the description if you want to check it out a little bit more. I'm sorry. In our next video that Curt will be editing, we're leaving the monastery. So there's 0 footage for me to show you other than these few clips you got to see right now. So unfortunately, that is where we are winding this video down, on a big mess up by snow. But just to keep me on my toes, it won't happen again for a few more years. Hopefully. Cheers, guys. We'll see you in the next video. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!